Y'all, this video coming from Deb Helfrich, Carnegie Mellon degree philosopher, future Nobel Prize winner. Once we sort out the fact that they have been ignoring philosophers, I'm not opposed to agreeing that perhaps philosophers haven't done what they should have been doing this whole time. Thinking about thinking sets me on fire, vibrantly alive. I'm not going to get Will and Jade out for you, but I will How to Change Your Mind, Michael Pollan. I will tell you what we're talking about today. I don't even need the page. In Search of Memory, Nobel Prize winner Eric Kandel. I'm only like 20 pages into this, in his childhood in Nazi Austria. Arnie. Keep coming back, don't I? Yes, I do need to speak to former Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver as soon as possible. I have Obama'd the Western thought tradition when it comes to consciousness. The she-Einstein of consciousness. She's Sherlock of human functioning. Once you got a good definition of consciousness, you go back in and you do the regression thinking and ask yourself, well, how does all this human functioning... Oh, I have created a poetic theory of integrated human functioning. Body, mind, and soul. Quantum physiology. Based on the philosophical hypothesis of bioelectromagnetism. Okay, yeah, let's get back up to date. Somebody Venmo'd me $15 out the blue. So I was able to go get meatballs for lunch. This is my brain on adequate protein. The thing about consciousness, and if you go and get any of the guys, the leading thinkers, Dan Dennett, Doug Hofstadter, and Christoph Koch. These are the three that I pivot through. Christoph is and David Eagleman too. Robert Sapolsky, Stanford. Would you please holla? We got some I've got some splaining to do about consciousness. And here's the thing. And Eric just goes right back to Socrates and Plato. So I am the she-Socrates of the 2020s when it comes to my own proprietary intellectual property brand of thinking, life-centric thinking. This is the social impact, all 8 billion of us. So there's an iceberg here, which is the top of it is life-centric thinking. Learning to think about life as the most precious, and then stuff and money and awards and things like that. Nothing particularly wrong with them, except that we let humans die because there are women in their 50s and corporations won't hire them. You know, talking about the Nazis stole a lot of the property. Just one night, just walked in. I mean, he was like an 8-year-old kid. Nazis just came into they ran a toy store. Nice middle-class family running a toy store, caring for kids. Nazis just came in and took everything. Kicked them out, booted them this way, that way, this, that, the other thing. His father only survived because he had fought in World War I on the side of Germany. These terrors. Here in Guantanamo Grove, I went to the Brain Foundation's Autism Conference, October 20th. Breakfast one day, a guy came and sat next to me. It's very interesting because in my whole life, people don't sit next to me. There is always a extraordinarily large social distancing around me. And Zanzi back here, that she maintains that. That's one of her major life delights, keep people away from me. Okay, so, people would sit at the, and just like at a movie theater, you sit as far away, so people would sit at the table, people come to sit at the table to talk to me, but just as far away as possible. And come right, sit, and he sat on my left side. Who, I'm talking about a Nobel Prize winner, I'm finding their lives to be very, very, in the early childhood biography, identical. Mario, the guy who, Nobel Prize for knockout mice, which we all know. The term knockout mice, it's that we're now genetically engineering mice to have certain things so we can then run experiments on them. Very useful stuff. Also rather damn cruel to the mice. If we could be body, mind, soul, integrated human functioning, I am the apex intellect on planet Earth right now. Meet any of y'all toe to toe when it comes about human functioning. You got it wrong at the Cartesian split. This is the level we're talking about, the philosophical underpinnings. And in the whole body-mind split, the brain I can't come up with a good enough metaphor right now, so I'll play with the Nazi thing. Mario, my friend, all this molecular biology stuff and physicists they call themselves. Biophysicists, they actually both do. Eric and Mario. So, let me ask you this. Today is my 3-year homelessness anniversary. And I see that my hand may be over the microphone. It's very challenging. I was just crying my soul out. We must stop all this stuff. How it started with the never forget. Like, it's actually happening around us and nobody's doing anything. Hello, humanity. It's me, Zenzi. Deb Helfrich, Carnegie Mellon degree, left to die in their parking lot when she came to tell them, I know how to self-consciousness and how to use a much, much, much more precise definition of consciousness. Go fix human functioning so we can stop the ever-escalating burdens of chronic disease and mental illness, which is keeping all of us with the good hearts and the equality, understanding it in all ways, shapes, and forms. We aren't saving the trend towards totalitarianism because we're ill. We don't have any money. The economic system is plantation capitalism. I want to make sure we call it correctly. Plantation capitalism is going to end this species in approximately 30 years. We're doing a little Einsteining here. I'm predicting to you that we are living in a hashtag neurodemic. This is what you'll probably give me the Nobel Prize with. It's a little tiny thing as far as I'm concerned. Bioelectromagnetism. But we're living through a hashtag neurodemic. I'll give you this thought experiment for free. Nobel Prize me for this. You're going to have to integrate physiology, peace, and physics. Because how come I am so certain I know all this stuff? It's because I keep using E equals MC squared. Energy and matter are equivalent. But not just at the speed of light squared. Speed of light squared is what it takes to energize the mass of stuff, to energize the mass of life. E equals to mc squared. Everything in the universe applies to it. If it's a law, human bodies must obey it as well. There must be some correlation. Is the correlations even right? There's no greater practical demonstration of the equation E equals mc squared than human consciousness. But when human consciousness thinks that human consciousness is something entirely without precedent, the ways we sort of think of ourselves zeitgeist-wise as a species, it's got so perverted. And this is again, what Eric's work here is about. Know how much more I should go on here. I'm not gonna say any. I will probably say the right thing, but I'm just gonna, since I'm only reading his childhood, let me read some more about the science, and we'll do a full one here. That'll be my admission audition to Stanford. I'm coming. I know how consciousness operates biophysically. We got biochemistry. We're starting to really, really grok biomechanics. I'm the globe's original consulting philosopher. Quantum physiology, bioelectromagnetism. I've done the thinking. Nobody's listening to me. But we can fix all this really, really, really quickly through getting everybody on board about the interconnectedness of consciousness, both amongst Homo sapiens sapiens. Like, I'm the one to get us our second knowing back. This physicality and that switch in the profile. This is my mind. On a theory of mind. Poetic theory of mind. POE, capital POE, philosophy of everything. That is conscious. That's what I think I should be getting the Nobel for. Hashtag neurodemic. Everybody's brains have just went. Nobody knows what has happened to the species, yo. Not a chance. Putting it on YouTube for free. Stanford folks. Holla.